What's up, my peeps? This is Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles. My prediction for the Destination X match you're gonna see this Sunday. Now, this is the first time ever, keep in mind, this is a last man standing match. This is the first time ever Daniels and AJ Styles face off in a last man standing match. But there's a catch to that. There's this one little catch. These guys have faced off a million times before that in normal one-on-one matches. Daniels and AJ Styles has been done so many times in the past. It's probably the most done match in TNA history. I'm pretty sure Daniels and AJ Styles is the match we've seen the most in TNA. You know, the same two competitors facing off multiple times. But you know, nonetheless, it's still, they always provide a good match. Daniels and AJ Styles, I look forward to it, you know, even though it's, I don't know how many times we're seeing this, it's still gonna be good. And now they're adding a last man standing stipulation to the matchup. That's even better, so it makes it a bit more different, so they can use some weapons, some tables, some, you know, some cool stuff. We'll see how it goes. The last last man standing match I saw with AJ Styles was AJ Styles versus Bully Ray. So it's been a couple months, but I think this one actually could, you know, top that. I think this one has more potential. Daniels versus AJ should be a great match. Now, when it comes to Daniels and AJ and their feud is a lot like Christian and Randy Orton, and it's also a lot like Sheamus and Christian. But it's more like Randy and Christian because, well, I'll explain. You see, when Christian was facing off against Randy Orton, when Christian was the world champion and, you know, Randy beat him, and then Christian was chasing Randy for the championship, and at some point, you know, Randy was chasing him for a very short while. During their feud, Christian never, ever, in a one-on-one match, beat Randy Orton. He never pinned him, he never made him submit. He only pinned him in a tag team match, I believe. But when it comes to one-on-one matches, Christian has never pinned Randy Orton. And this feud, this is pretty much the same thing. Daniels, okay, he's beaten AJ, but he's only beaten AJ once. He's only pinned him once out of like so many matches, and it was a fluke victory. AJ slipped on the ropes or something like that, and Daniel just picked up the victory. Something you could see in a Christian versus Randy Orton feud if they do that again, and Christian would be a heel. So it's a lot like, you know, Christian versus Randy, where Daniels would be, you know, the Christian, and AJ would be the Randy Orton. I wouldn't compare it too much to Sheamus versus Christian, even though, you know, Sheamus versus Christian was kind of the same thing as Randy versus Christian, whereas, you know, Sheamus would always get the pinfall victory, and Christian never beat Sheamus one-on-one in their feud while Christian was a heel. He did beat Sheamus, sorry, before, when Christian was a face and Sheamus was a heel and wasn't getting pushed as much. But during their, you know, recent feud, Christian never pinned Sheamus. But the reason why I'm comparing it to Randy versus Christian instead of, you know, Christian versus Sheamus is because there's a big size difference between Sheamus and Christian, while Christian and Randy, not so much. They're pretty much the same size, kind of like Daniels and AJ Styles, although Daniels does look skinnier than AJ. Something I've always found weird was that Christopher Daniels in TNA is billed as 220 pounds, or 200 and something pounds. I'm pretty sure it's 220. And he's also billed as 6 foot tall. Now, 6 foot tall, I could believe that. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, he is 6 foot tall. But as far as being 220 pounds, I don't believe that. I mean, come on. Christopher Daniels does not look like a 220 pound guy. Just like Kurt Angle, at the current state he's in, you know, the current physique he has, he does not look 240 pounds. They're still billing him as 240 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 235. You know, he did an interview a while back, maybe a year back, where he actually said, and he pretty much confirmed, that he's not 240 pounds. He said he was like 210. So yeah, just like Kurt Angle, I'm pretty sure the build weight is not, accurate. Anyways, enough about weights. Daniels and AJ Styles. Their current feud, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I'll be honest here. I'm not interested into this storyline with the addition of Claire. Even before the addition of, Claire, I think that's what she's called, right? Even before adding her to the storyline, I wasn't entertained by this storyline. Whenever there'd be, segments between, AJ, Dixie, and stuff, I would, skip forward, fast forward, and then just read about it or something like that. And, I'm hoping this ends soon. I would hope it ends this Sunday, but I know it's not gonna end this Sunday, unfortunately. Well, actually, maybe some people do enjoy this storyline. This is just my opinion, keep that in mind. Now, the thing is, the reason why I think it's not gonna end is AJ recently did an interview. I actually saw this article or interview last night or the day before that, and he was talking about this storyline. He was asked about this storyline, and he pretty much said that there's a lot more to the storyline. You're gonna get to know Claire and what AJ Styles could do and stuff like that. Basically, pretty much saying that there's a lot more to the storyline. It's not over, and we're gonna get to see Claire more, find out who she is, what her connection is with, I don't know, Dixie, AJ, Daniels, Kazarian, all that stuff. So looks like we're gonna have to watch and see what transpires in this storyline. I don't know when it's gonna end. I don't know if it's gonna last until Bound for Glory. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's gonna end maybe the next pay-per-view or so. We'll see about that. And one thing that surprises me here is I know they're trying to build this, I guess, match more as like a feud and related to this current storyline than related to the Bound for Glory series and how these two guys want to move on, and accumulate points and challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, because this match is not actually for the Bound for Glory series. This does not count. So if AJ wins, he doesn't get any more points. Besides, I don't think in the Bound for Glory series, you earn points for knockouts or getting the guy down for a 10 count. Pretty sure there's not any points for that. So this is not for the Bound for Glory series. If this was, then I'd be pretty certain that AJ Styles would win this to accumulate some points, because I think he's gonna be, one of the guys with the highest amount of points at the end of this series. As far as Daniels goes, pretty sure he's not, gonna be in the top 4 guys, with the most points in this series. He's got the tag team championship to worry about. He's a tag team champion along with Kazarian. I don't know if they're going to keep the belts for much longer. Hopefully they do, actually. I find them pretty entertaining. I'm glad they won the titles back. I mean, I was happy that Kurt Angle and AJ Styles won. I was happy with, either Angle and AJ coming out victorious at Slammiversary, or Daniels and Kazarian retaining, because I like both teams. Kurt Angle and AJ Styles had huge potential. Could have been a great team, The match they had with Daniels and Kazarian was freaking awesome. The best tag team match I've seen in a long time. I haven't seen a tag team match that great in a while. So Kurt Angle and AJ Styles could have put on some great matches with some other tag teams as well in TNA, but it obviously looks like they don't have any plans to have AJ and Angle compete for the tag team championships, since they're pretty much moving on now with them not getting a rematch at this pay-per-view, Kurt Angle getting a match with Samoa Joe at the pay-per-view, and getting a match against Anderson next week, which is already announced, and AJ Styles obviously having this last man standing match against Christopher Daniels. So unfortunately we're not gonna see AJ and Angle as tag team champions, but we get to see Daniels and Kazarian as tag team champions, which is pretty entertaining. And the best part actually about this storyline is that now Daniels is a champion. He's holding a title. He hasn't held a title for a long time, and he's being featured on TV more. So as a fan of Daniels, I'm liking that. So anyways, that's about it for this video, guys. My pick for this match is Christopher Daniels. I'm thinking he pulls the upset victory. AJ Styles beat him so many times, like 100 times. Okay, I'm exaggerating here, but you know, he's been Daniels so many times. So I'm thinking Daniels finally gets a victory here. So we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out. See ya.